Hey guys, welcome to Snacks and Sounds. I'm Nicholas from Xvernight, and today I'm gonna snack some apples and talk about our track Dusk, which came out a few months ago, I think in May, and I just wanted to dissect it for you. I wanted to break down for you the whole track and talk about some of the things in it. So why not jump into it right away? So let's talk first about the theme of the song. Theme. So it's most of the time with Victor, we always try to choose a topic, try to choose a theme, maybe even a track title first and then build around that. It's important because then we can choose the first sounds or maybe even make the first sounds. But yeah, so we do a lot of research with our tracks. And so Dusk was quite interesting. We wanted something eerie and mysterious, but nothing too extreme like demons and ghosts and screams and shoutings, and just some mysterious, eerie vibes, and that's why we first chose the title Dusk, and then we went on looking, what is dusk? Okay, it's quite a special time of the day, the night is coming, anything can happen, and we try to build around that. So with that said, let's jump into the magical world of Ableton and look at the intro. Okay, so here we are in Ableton, and this is our project for Dusk. And how the whole thing started out, we used a pretty calm and just really quiet intro, as you can hear. Yeah, so nothing too extreme. By the way, I won't play now the whole song, so if you haven't heard it yet, feel free to stop the video, head over to YouTube, to SoundCloud, or to Spotify, or anywhere. Our track Dusk is online everywhere, so check it out if you haven't yet. So our intro is just kind of setting the mood, setting the vibe of the whole scenery. This is because we treat music a bit like films, so you have to write basically a script for your music, and that's what we did here. With there are some wind sounds here at the top, mysterious, eerie, and some classical night insects, night vibe sounds. And then we head over straight to the main intro part with there's a small vocal here that separates this calm part from the real intro. Run. So it says run, and it's quite interesting because then you can make your own mind up to why are we running, from what are we running, but all it says something is going on. And it's quite interesting that everyone has their own idea of what's going to happen. What is this dusk bringing? So the intro has a few elements. We actually use a lot of FX and samples here, like from Cymatics, this drum loop, and then we have a few effects going on here, like crashes, impacts, rises. They just fill up the voids, and it's really nice. Then one of the main things in the intro is the vocals. This is from Splice, and we played around with it. Yeah, we put it down 12 semitones, so it's more interesting. The first one is the original, then it goes deeper, and then just throw a few effects into it. And we also have some brass underneath here. This is from the Apache sample pack. And we also played here with the semitones. This is one down, this is one up, two up, one down again. So we wrote basically a melody with these brass samples, and also threw a few effects on it. Yeah, so this intro part, sorry, then transitions into something more serious. You know, it's like it's already building, but not quite in the build-up sense. It's just building tension. We have some drums here. We have some stomps here with some chants under it, and there are a few instruments above, like this one. This is our main sound in the intro. There's the atmospheric stuff with Spitfire Audio Labs. It's a free software. Definitely recommend for everyone who produces music. We use it in almost every project. Then we have also another high-pitched, eerie atmosphere. Interesting part is we have two subs, both very quiet, so they don't collide, and they also have different spots on the EQ. This one has a bit of higher parts in it, and this is the real sub. I don't know if you can hear it, maybe you need headphones or speakers for it. And then we have this one. Again, a bit of gated atmosphere. These all are just way below the vocals, because the vocal is the sound that brings the whole thing, makes the whole thing interesting. So yeah, this and also effects as well here. And then we go into a part which is quite interesting. This is basically the original vocal. We just stretch it out, and in Ableton you can see here you can double the sounds with this. Shorten it, well, make it half or make it double. And if you leave it on beat, it gives a nice stutter effect, especially on vocals. So we experimented a lot with that. It's quite interesting. You should definitely try it out. And then we have this part in the build-up. This is actually the last sound of this stutter effect. All we did is, if you take this last part or any last part of your vocals and you copy it a few times, then you consolidate it with Ctrl or Command J, and then as you can see you have a different wave shape already. But this is not enough yet. You just go to the sound here, go to envelopes, clip, transposition, click on 0 semitones here and drag it up to 12 semitones. And that sounds strange because it's on beats, but if you put it to texture, it glides more up where, so you have your own build-up, and it's really good because it glues the sound together, and that transitions into the build-up. Let's listen to the whole build-up now. Just a few words about the build-up. Nothing special, mostly effects going on. Build-ups from Splice, Tynan and stuff. But we put a few effects on it, EQ'd them out of course, because we have 3, so they all have their own purpose, they all have their own spot on the frequencies, so on the EQ. But also on the master we have a DJ M filter, which is really cool. You can just high pass the whole thing, and if you high pass the whole thing, a lot of the lows are going to get cut out, and then they come back in the drop and they hit even harder. So now we're at the drop, so let's talk about
the drop.
Here we go. CPU is killing. So, as you can hear, quite interesting sounds. We were actually really proud of this. This is the main sound, actually, and we built the whole drop around these sounds. So this is a shorter version of it. We made a shot, a small one shot, and then we saved that, resampled it, and then just played with a few effects and stretching the whole sound, the semitones and stuff. And we also layered that with a texture layer, a Tynan laser shot. So together it sounds a bit more full. And so this is, but you know, this is the main part of the drop here. And CPU doesn't like that, but never mind. These are also, every sound has their own purpose. So this is the lower one. It's still the same sound, it just, you know, lower, it has the lower frequencies. And this is the high one, just to fill the higher parts of the frequency range. But this is the main sound, what you can hear the most. But also without these it just wouldn't be the same, because I'll just show you without them. It just doesn't feel so full like with it. I don't, maybe on your speakers, or maybe you're watching on your phone, maybe you can't hear that, but on decent headphones or decent speakers you can really hear the difference. So we also have some textures here beneath that. Some metallic, really reverbed sounds. They actually go, each one of them goes above the kick or the snare, and that as well glues the sound better together, because it sounds more familiar together, you know. You can't really hear a difference if I get this out. It's maybe only of the feel. Just listen to it without and with it. There's like a bit of a sting there on each drum, and we really like that, so we kept it. All right. Oh, I'm gonna choke. Okay. So, and if you have all these smaller sounds, you can make your own structure, your own arrangement really fast, and really, so you can have so many different arrangements with smaller changes. So try working with small sounds, do your own, save them as a sample, and then just rearrange them. It's really fun, and you get lots of things out of it. Then in the middle we have like this radio noise. It's really cool. It separates the drop into two parts. And what else is different in the drop? It has a transition into hardstyle here. This is nothing special. We use the sound I just talked about, and with this Tynan laser shot, we just also here with the semitones 6 up, so just to get a higher sound. Then we have a few kicks under it. Come on. And of course the hardstyle kick. But the hardstyle kick alone wasn't enough, so we put the normal our dubstep kick as well. So it just sounded really nice and crunchy. So that's the drop, and now we're going to talk about the bridge.
Bridge and second draw. Bridge and second draw. Bridge and second draw.
Which isn't actually that special, so it's basically the sounds of the intro. The vocal is reversed, and also we don't have that cymatics drum loop anymore. We just have a basic dubstep kick snare, just to make things a bit more simple, because this is, like it says, the bridge over to the second drop. And the second drop isn't actually that different, but we wanted to change up a few things. Oh yes, the drop has, I forgot this, the drop has a sub bass, a bit more noisy, and nothing special, because the sounds itself are so full and they have enough deep frequencies that we didn't need a really fat sub bass. As you can see, it's on negative 14.3 decibels, so it's just there to fill up the empty voids in the low frequencies. So, but the second drop right here, okay, It has a bit more change, yeah, but it's basically the same, and that's why we included a build-up in the middle of the drop, right here. So yeah, so this builds up into a more dubstep-ish, rhythmish drop, and because the first part was more experimental, you know, it has, yeah, it is dubstep, but this one is more like classical, a bit more repetitive. Do you say repetitive? I'm gonna say repetitive. So, and we just wanted to make something different at the end, and we just tried out a few things. And that's how the second part of the second drop came, and that transitions into a very simple outro with just the wind sounds and the night sounds, with the vocals just getting more distant, with reverb automation on it. And this gives it the whole story, you know, it gets the whole story is like round. Okay, it started in the night, so in the dusk time, and it ends also, it just shows what the night brings, what dusk brings, you know. That's all we wanted to show with this, and just tell a mysterious story with this track. And we are really happy how this came out, and we also got lots of nice feedbacks for it. So yeah, that's what I wanted to show you. That's the breakdown of our track Dusk, and I have a bonus for you guys.
Bonus.
I stumbled upon a copy of the project because it didn't start out like this. This was the first version of Dusk. So, you know, the intro is quite the same. Okay, but listen to the drop. I don't even have a build-up for this. So this was the first version, the raw version, the prototype, or I don't know what to call it. It's quite interesting to look back. And after a few feedback sessions in the Fire, we decided just to change up a few stuff, but we didn't want to just fuck up the whole thing, so that's why we made a copy of the project. So it's good we kept the old one, and so this was the original version, and then we came up with different sound ideas, and that's how Dusk was born. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed it, and we are planning to make more videos like this, snacks and sounds. So like I said, we're gonna be snacking and we're gonna be sounding, so we'll be making sounds and breaking down projects. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Take care guys, stay safe, and see you the next time. Bye.